Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria's senior women's basketball team, also known as the Tigresses, will tomorrow begin their campaign for the automatic ticket to the Rio 2016 Olympic Games when the players file out against Angola in their opening Group B game in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Spurred by the success of their male counterparts who won the male version of the tournament last month, the Nigerian girls, led by coach Scott Naji, are not leaving anything to chance in their quest for a third Afro-Basket women's title. The Nigerian girls defeated Angola in the semi-finals of the African Games in Congo-Brazzaville, but were outplayed by Mali in the final match. Only the winner of this year's Afro-Basket women secures direct qualification for the Olympics. Now in the world of tennis, world #1 and UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador Novak Djokovic has called for more global support for refugee and migrant children who are passing through the Republic of Serbia on their way to Western Europe. Djokovic spent some time with some of the refugee children resting and playing in the child-friendly space in Belgrade and says what they have had to endure deeply upsets him. He wants everyone to do what they can to help deal with the ongoing crisis.
Seeing children that don't know if, they will have the roof above their head, if they will have the food on their table, if they have their water to drink. They don't know where they're going, where they're heading, what tomorrow brings. It's hurting me very much personally. I'm asking everybody to show their good heart, their goodwill. I'm sure that if all of us adults feel responsibility and actually try to do something about it, all these children will have home and all the fundamental rights.
The heart of a champion. Now, in football, Sepp Blatter has urged FIFA to support American and Swiss investigations into investigations of corruption in football. The 79-year-old believes the government body should cooperate no matter how close to home those investigations get. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch suggested last week in Zurich that she is expecting more indictments in the cases. Meanwhile, FIFA has given Swiss investigators access to the emails of suspended Secretary General Jerome Valcke. According to the Office of Switzerland's Attorney General, Valcke's emails since May 2015 have now been handed over. Investigators will also be given access to older mails sent by the 54-year-old who has held his role at FIFA since 2007. Valcke is on enforced leave for allegedly trying to sell World Cup tickets for above face value. He denies all allegations. While still talking about the FIFA leadership, Brazil legend Zico says the current structure of FIFA's presidential nominations means he has no chance of making it to the top. Zico is struggling with the rule which requires potential candidates to present letters of support from 5 national football associations by October the 26th. And according to him, some federations are afraid to provide a letter because they could suffer reprisals in case their candidate is beaten. Incumbent President Sepp Blatter will step down on February the 26th with current UEFA boss Michel Platini and Prince Ali bin Al Hussein among the favorites to replace him. Quite interesting that both Zico and Platini were contemporaries in their active playing days. But that's it on Sports News, and it's back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
All right, now let's take another quick look at the Salah festivities today. The Deputy Chief Imam of the Abuja National Mosque, Ibrahim Maikari, has called on all Nigerians to draw from the lessons of the Eid al-Kabir celebration to tolerate one another and contribute to national peace and unity. The Deputy Chief Imam, who led the Eid al-Kabir prayers at the Muslim National Prayer Ground in Abuja, urged both Muslims and Christians in Nigeria to unite and peacefully coexist. He said tolerance, love and respect for one another, irrespective of religion, is one major lesson to be learnt from this period.
Dozens of Islamic faithfuls in Abuja joined others around the world to mark the 2015 Eid al-Kabir celebration with this special prayer at the Muslim prayer ground in Abuja. prayer ground is filled to capacity. Worshippers take their positions for prayers despite the weather. The Deputy Chief Imam of the Abuja National Mosque, Mr. Ibrahim Makari, takes the lead, asking for Allah's blessings. Next was the slaughtering of the ram, a regular feature of this celebration.
This is the most important day as far as Muslims are concerned in the year. So its significance is extracted from the history, as you just said. That was when Ibrahim alayhi salam was asked to sacrifice his child, and he submitted to Allah's will, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaced the child with the ram, and this is how the total submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to be.
The Deputy Chief Imam and other Muslims here also enjoin citizens to draw other lessons from the celebration.
The message is that we should, number one, Ibrahim is the father of all, is the father of Muslims, Jews, and the Christians. So it's like this day is the day that unites the three religions, that they are all divine religions, that they are all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They should live in peace, they should love one another, and tolerate one another.
I would equally like to call on Nigerians to cooperate with this administration of Baba Buhari, and also that we can move Nigeria forward and live in peace. There should no any discrepancies in this Salah celebration. We should visit friends, brothers, so as we enjoy the Salah together.
According to Islamic teachings, the Eid al-Kabir celebration is an annual Islamic event to commemorate the art of faith of the patriarch Ibrahim, who obeyed Allah when he was asked to sacrifice his son.
At least 717 people taking part in the Hajj pilgrimage have been killed in a stampede today, while another 863 people were injured in the incident, which occurred as 2 million pilgrims were taking part in the rite. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Thank you. Preparations for the Hajj were marred when a crane collapsed at Mecca's Grand Mosque this month, killing 109 people in the process. It is the deadliest incident to occur during the Hajj in 25 years. Pilgrims traveled to Mina, a large valley about 5 kilometers from Mecca, during the Hajj to throw 7 stones at pillars called Jamarat, which represent the devil. Then Pope Francis has officially become the first pontiff to address a joint meeting of the U.S. Congress with an audience of more than 500 lawmakers, justices, and senior officials. He was greeted at the U.S. Capitol on Thursday morning by the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, who is also Catholic.
The sins and the errors of the past.
Finally, a former head of Guinea-Bissau's armed forces, held under house arrest for the past month, was transferred to a military prison on Wednesday over his suspected involvement in an aborted plot to kill the president, José Vaz. The Rear Admiral, who headed the volatile West African nation's military from 2009 until he was pushed out in 2010 by General Antonio Njai, returned from exile in Portugal in July. That's a foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you, Ijoma.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. And the main news again. Elder statesman Olufalaye has regained his freedom 4 days after he was kidnapped from his farm in Ondo State. Chief Falaye's captors released him in the Owo area of the state around 2:30 p.m. and he was reunited with his jubilant family and supporters in Akure, the state capital. And President Muhammadu Buhari today joined other Muslims to celebrate the Eid al-Kabir. The president participated in the festivities in his hometown Daura in Katsina State, after which he departed for New York in the United States for the 70th UN General Assembly. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Bunyaso. Do enjoy the rest of your holiday. Good night.